Life here varies quite a bit. There's been times when it's just me alone. There's times when it's a few residents working with people from local towns on projects. There's times when there's larger groups of people here working on projects. I like to have about half Mexicans and half foreigners, because then you get a good cultural mix. And of course, it's a good idea if people speak both English and Spanish. So I'm shooting for, I would like to get at least 80% of the people speaking both English and Spanish. Otherwise, the communication becomes extremely difficult. Life here is pretty simple. We have very little electrical power, so we spend our time in a fairly natural environment. It's cold in the winters because of our elevation. It's hard for some people to believe that it can be cold in Mexico, but it can be. We work on a lot of different types of projects, so there's really a lot of diversity in some of the experience here. For participants, when they come, it's good if they come for about a month or so, because we have a cycling set of activities and instruction. So if they stay for a month, they're going to get a lot of the knowledge that they can get out of the place. The participant experience varies widely. For me, I'm the founder of the space, so I'm here all the time. And then there's local people that come in and work on projects and also teach people. For the people from other places in Mexico or outside the country, their experience really depends a lot on their interests and their skills, what they come offering the Bosque to teach us, and then what things that they're interested in learning. A lot of people get to work on artistic projects that they've been wanting to do. Some people work on food experimentation because we want to have a really good diet here that's healthy. Other people are working in the gardens and how to do agriculture without irrigation. So it's really hard to say what the person's experience will be. Certainly it's hard to predict what someone's response to a place like this is, because there is so little energy available, and the lifestyle is so different that for some people it's kind of a shock. It's the first time they've ever experienced something so different. For other people, it's a relief. Other people have been trying to escape from the city for a long time, or really get off on the energy of having other people that they're bouncing ideas off of and creating things with.
Yep.
We're always working on developing new activities. So people do have the opportunity to come here and then work on something new. So we do pottery, we do bread baking, both here and in local communities. We've built solar ovens. The list of activities is really too long to even go through. So you should take a look at the wiki or the website to get a fuller list. And some of the stuff we do is just day-to-day living. You know, we go down to the sauna and get ourselves clean without using hardly any water. I do haircuts or, take walks. Most of the time when people come here, they're very focused inside the Bosque. But people are staying for longer. There's also opportunities to go to other little towns around and see what kind of crafts exist there. There's weaving, for example, that we don't do here in the Bosque, but is available in town. There's also events, local parties that sometimes we go to, or the Day of the Dead festival that is very interesting, actually, and people love to come here for that. This is one of the best areas for the Day of the Dead in Mexico. One of the very interesting things about the Bosque that makes it different than other places is that we're actively trying to record as many of the activities as we do. So people have to be comfortable being on camera a lot or being behind the camera. One of the challenges we have is that the Bosque is very remote. We're in the middle of a forest, and so for a lot of the participants, it's the first time that they've been so removed from everything. That can be difficult for them, especially if there aren't a lot of other people around. It also makes life a bit difficult because we have to be prepared for a lot of things, because we can't just go run to the store really quickly. So we need to have a lot of food that we buy in bulk and have that all ready. Another big challenge, I think, for people, it's a surprise, is how little electricity we have. We have 340 watts of solar panels. That is almost nothing. People's RVs have more than that. So nighttime is dark. You know, we have some LED lights, but we hardly use any electricity at night and hardly have any during the day. So that's a lifestyle change for some people. The food is actually pretty good, in my opinion. We don't eat white sugar. We don't eat a lot of processed foods. So we try and eat, raw, healthy. We do have a vegetarian diet here as the default. There's no rule against meat, but the default food is vegetarian. which some people think will be a problem for them. But I think if they're here, then they find that the food is very hearty and they can get filled up pretty well.